What's going on, good people? Happy Friday. It's your girl Shells back in the building as usual. We got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. I ain't been on here since what, last week, sometime. Sometime before Christmas. But I know I posted that video that I had saved in my vault because y'all, I got a lot of videos that I save or just I record and I don't never post. Just like a whole bunch of stuff that I write down and I don't never tell y'all about. Like I know a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff. I just don't never tell y'all what the hell I be knowing because sometimes I don't be having time. Shoot, I have to work, honey. Um, but if I'm not mistaken, in that video that I posted recently, that I made, what's this month, December? Shoot, I know it could have been like 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. It was somewhere. It was either right after Thanksgiving. That's when it was, like right after Thanksgiving. But anyway, once I seen how certain children's fathers was acting when it come to my kids in certain holidays or birthdays or whatever, because it's been 7 months now, so I done got a feel of how situations are gonna turn out. I even told my dude, I said, when it comes to holidays, I said, don't expect to see me talk to my children. I said, you may see me talk to my kids almost every day, but on holidays, I won't talk to them for real. I said, because it's like that. I said, and it's been like that for the last couple of months since my children have been in the custody of their fathers. And he was just like, so did you do that? Is that the reason why they doing that? And I was just like, no. And he was just like, now I see the reason why you was so pissed off. I said, yeah, for real. Like, it hit me on the emotional level. But the only reason why I feel some type of way about that is because I haven't talked to my children yet. I seen text messages. Yeah, my phone was messed up, but I ended up getting that fixed. But I seen text messages of my children, and I didn't know how to. I don't know how to communicate with my kids, knowing that they told me for a whole week that their dad said he was gonna bring them by here, knowing for a fact that he's not supposed to bring them by here, or we're not supposed to see each other. He's not supposed to come by my house, and that's the whole reason why my children have to see me at partnership. But if I actually sit down and explain things to my children the way I normally will, so my children will not be in a great area of not knowing what's going on in their own lives, then I would always, or I would be looked at like I'm doing something wrong, and I would be punished for that. It seems like. So me being honest, even with my own children, seems like it's an issue. So I don't even know what to say at this present moment because I know how petty Mr. Wyatt is. I definitely know how petty he is, and other individuals know how petty he is too. Like the thing is, it really just pissed me off that certain, especially the godmother, Miss Yancey, come on in the building because you know how he is. And for you to sit there and be making CPS reports and all the rest of that because I had my child with me and you seen videos, first of all, I don't even trust you with my child. Didn't trust you with my children. You know me as a mother, as a person in general, been knowing me for a long time. And you also know him. And you also know the girlfriend. You also know the household. You also know how they've been kept. You also know how my children look. Matter of fact, when you see my kids, when you talk to them, they don't even look the same. Wait a minute, who else? Baby, Miss Miss Mathis, the other godmother of Dason. You know my son don't look like that. My son look raggedy. I know when you pull up to that doggone house, all the rest of my kids, I know something is not sitting well with you. And for y'all to sit there and not speak up on that, that's what pissed me off the most because at the end of the day, if you're not speaking up about that, that's making this parent look in the eyes of these people that have some authority as if they're actually the better parent when you know for a fact that these children shouldn't even been in the household with these people. Y'all know this. Y'all was the people sitting here trying to encourage me and my doggone life to actually get rid of them. Your children, you shouldn't let them go over there. Now, see, the thing is, before y'all made them decisions that y'all made in the past, you should have thought about that now because everything that I'm saying is bagged up through them inbox messages that I have on Facebook. You can't deny that. When the whole situation was going down about the little boy touching my son, and Miss Matthews, you told me should none of my kids go back over there, but I was telling you right then, I didn't know what to damn do as a parent. Like I told everybody, my children missed their father. My children had never been away from their father more than two. It was just 2 months. that I did, and it was a reason why I didn't let my children go over there for 2 months. It wasn't just no false accusations and lies that people just made. And then on that fact, there's no order of protection out against me and my doggone kids. The only thing that keeping me or is keeping me from my children is the fact that y'all gave, and I'm gonna say y'all because there was a lot of people involved with the whole helping the process. Okay, y'all gave custody of my children to people that y'all don't even know if y'all they had their life together. They don't have not had their life together for a long time. You don't know what they got going on. You don't even know who these people stay with, what's going on around them. You don't know nothing. That's me as a parent, as a mother. That's what I worry about. That's what I question, concern. That's the issues that these people had with me. And as a mother, I'm supposed to feel like that. They always in my doggone home, as you see. They watch me more than they watch their own doggone TV. And they try to see every move that I make, anything that I do, just to try to pin it against me. So at the end of the day, I'm not supposed to ask no questions about where my children going, who they're around, and I'm not supposed to know nothing. With Mr. Freeman, if that situation with him and that girl was actually cordial and did the right way, why would it have been any issues for me and him to part ways? Honestly, Judge, what he not telling you is when he left my home, there was no problem between me and him for a long time. For a couple of months, we had frequent conversation, not as often, but we had frequent conversation. He would text, ask about his child, everything was fine, blah. I didn't blow up his doggone phone. He didn't blow up my phone. It was what it was. Like, after 24, 48 hours, I started realizing, like, okay, so this time it may actually be serious. And I left it alone. I continued on going on about my doggone life. Like, and behind the scenes, I may have been going through some things, but I'm not finna let everybody know that. I'm not finna let everybody see that either. So with that being said, and then I had other stuff going on about this money. So, y'all, I finally got an official IRS document today. Well, it's not today. I didn't get it today, but I've been got it. I got two actually. One was about, like I told y'all, a doggone what was it? A loan that was taken out in my name that Shelly did not do, and they said, and I quote, I got two different. Hold on, I got two different ones. One is about this loan. It says if you don't agree with this decision, you can file suit to recover tax penalties and other blah blah blah. Pretty much, it's not going to be with the IRS. It'll be with the federal United States court. Pretty much federal. But I told y'all this. I said whoever got the doggone loan in my name, I'm not gonna sit there and let you just with with the social security number, because with all this IRS documentation, they got to put the social security number on there. Anything you did under my social security number, it don't matter what name, whatever, however you may have done it, baby, it's still gonna always track it back to me. When I got that doggone report, my credit score and what I put on, I said, wait a minute, what is all this stuff right here, baby? This ain't shells right here. Shut it and do none of this, because I don't do nothing on credit. What vehicles I done bought on credit? I ain't never bought no vehicle on credit. And then y'all gotta understand, um, I showed y'all the document down in the videos down below where somebody had tried to go and get a home, a 2-bedroom home. Matter of fact, I went back up there to Section 8. They took the doggone paper. They kept it. But that's the reason why I make videos of everything and I post it for y'all to see, or for my proof and evidence as well, because with these situations, you never know what's going to happen to actual paper documents. Folks like to do stuff around here, change stuff around, you know, whatever. But anyway, I like to have my proof. I went up there and told them, so y'all let somebody come to a doggone, you got to go to a relocation class on Section 8. So not only did somebody go to a relocation class that was not me, somebody actually went and filled out an application for a home that was not me and signed my signature on it. That was not me. And couldn't get the house because it didn't pass inspection. But it was not me. Right. Meaning, didn't I say my identification was stolen a long time ago? Did. So somebody was out here frauding, acting like they was me. Now, everybody that's on Section 8, you know this. Don't you have to go to a Section 8 class first? You have to physically, in person, have to go in there in order to get another voucher, right? When you're on Section 8. Okay, I'm just making sure, because, folks like to say that I'm crazy, like I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, boom, past that. You have to go In order for somebody to try to get an apartment or something in your name, you have to sign first a lease or whatever. Don't they do a background check and all the rest of that? You got to give them either what, an identification or something. You got to give them something, right? So that means somebody went to whoever owned that place that they was leasing and gave them information saying that it was me, because in the document down below it had my name. So that means they had to sign my name, had to give an identification of somebody that had said Shelly White. But didn't I tell y'all about my identification? How I didn't get back to my home? How I went and got one and the hard copy was never mailed to my house? Right. So once again, all the stuff that I've been saying for a whole doggone year is starting to come back up. But when wait a minute. So we talking about this doggone loan right here. I already signed that paperwork. I always, they said keep a copy for yourself, so I made sure I did that. Now, this one is about some unpaid taxes on some money that I didn't get. Cause when I filed my taxes, the IRS, they cracking down. They is cracking down now because a lot of people been doing a lot of stuff unlawfully that y'all ain't supposed to be doggone doing. Um, Apparently somebody been claiming on their taxes that we were still married or whatever when you was getting that doggone money. Didn't you get some stimulus money for me and you ain't let me know, Mr. White? They finna get your ass for that. All I'm telling you is, oh, Miss Lisa Michelle Williams, when it came to claiming two of my children on taxes that you weren't supposed to be doing, they finna get your ass for that too. I told y'all I'm not playing no damn games with y'all. Now, all I'm saying is, yeah, your time is up. I told y'all I ain't got no emotions no more. I ain't got no feelings. Uh, Yeah, I told y'all stop playing with my kids. That's what I did. I told y'all stop playing with my kids. Now, we're gonna get back to it. Now that I gave y'all the official documents and stuff. Yeah, show is. I already signed the paper and this my signature, and I made sure I took copies and all the rest of that, and I passed it on to my lawyer so he can know exactly what I was doing and yada yada yada, because I'm covering all tracks around here. But we finna get back to the spiritual side, because y'all tried to make it seem like that was a joke when I was telling y'all all the stuff that y'all was doing behind the doggone scenes in the dark was actually gonna be exposed eventually, because now that these people know that I'm spiritually inclined, they know that I'm not. Oh, we're gonna get there. Let's go there. So when it came to my children, all that the whole situation was wrong. Legally, I'm just telling you, the whole situation was wrong. Um, there was no reason for me to be arrested for calling to get my child from a man that was not her father. I'm keep on saying that because legally, that's kind of what it is. Um, that's one kidnapping. I mean, honestly, if somebody say bring your doggone child, you know that's not your child, then why are you holding hostage somebody's child that's not yours? That don't even make sense to nobody. Like anytime I explain it, everybody like, okay, so what was the police reason for, not questioning him about why he didn't bring the child? I said I never got no answers. He was just, matter of fact, even when I went to the doggone principal, the principal didn't even say nothing. I was just like, so the principal, it was a principal and another lady in the room. And I was just like, so ain't nobody gonna say nothing about why in the world he didn't bring my child? I came up here in a safe place, I thought, to get my child. So what's going on? They asked me to go outside. That's when I asked him, why did I have to go outside? I just need him to bring my child in here. I did not feel safe in general. That's the reason why me and my son stayed in the building. Now, before this incident, these people, along with Mr. Wyatt, tried to make it seem like I had a mental illness because I went to the school and told these people that somebody was banging on my door at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I didn't feel safe. Now, before they tried to make it seem like it was me that was going insane, why didn't nobody question my doggone kids that was here? Hmm? My kids know about the situation. Matter of fact, my kids, the man, go to Calvin Donaldson. It's a man with some dreads that wears glasses. He's a dark skinned man. He was in there. He heard the whole doggone story. He heard me also calling my cousin Shunny Hayward, letting her know what was going on and about the new pictures, because I told him about the situation as well. And I was leaving there that day from Calvin Donaldson with my children, going to the Family Justice Center to see what the situation was and what was going on about it. Me and my children sat at the Family Justice Center for almost an hour, and the man that was supposed to be on the case was not there. We gave him a call. He did not answer. I left a voicemail. He did not return my voicemail. So with that being said, can't nobody say that I didn't have a reason for acting out of character when Mr. Wyatt did not return my child, because it's already stuff going on surrounding my kids in general. So I was already on edge. Not to mention, could you imagine being up 36 hours waiting on your child? Could you imagine a man sitting, a man or woman, whoever, telling you they gonna bring you your child, not just your child, but your children home on the day they're supposed to come home? They did not. He didn't answer no phone calls, no text messages at all. Then replied and said that later on, said that he would bring them Monday morning before school. Before school came, he did not bring me my children. So why would I not be frantic when I've been up 30 something doggone hours waiting on my kids? Because once again, y'all may not know this person. I do. Y'all don't know him as well as I do. I don't think nobody besides his parent. Matter of fact, I don't even think his mama knew him as well as I do. Anyway, um, when the police, matter of fact, they got cameras. Once again, I went outside calmly, pushed my son outside in the stroller, watched them take my son out of my hands. Watched the police officer that grabbed my arm very tightly for no reason when I wasn't resisting. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just standing there. They didn't breed me in my rights, if I'm not mistaken. Sure didn't. Nothing. I didn't say nothing. I just said in the doggone car. And I was listening to these men talk about some mental paperwork that they need to fill out and having all kind of chit chats and hee ha ha and all the rest of those stuff. Um, they gave me two options: go to jail for disorderly conduct or something like that, or go to have a mental health evaluation. Now, once again, legally, you messed up when you did that. I don't have a record. I don't have a mental record, nor was I acting out of character. So I shouldn't have been arrested for disorderly conduct. I shouldn't have been arrested to begin with. I should have been questioned or asked anything. Y'all should have been asking this man where my child was and why he didn't bring her. Anyway, from my understanding, you're supposed to get a ticket for disorderly conduct, especially if you don't have a record. I was in jail. When I was there, I asked the officer that arrested me how long I was going to be there. I was concerned about my kids. Understand me? I mean, I'm always with my kids. I left my son. Last time I seen my son, he was, sitting in a stroller and Dallas was holding him. So yeah, I felt some type of way about it. Yeah, I had an issue. So I'm trying to get back to my doggone kids. He said about 4 hours. 4 hours turned into almost 24 hours. And when I asked them why I had not been released and they said they was waiting on some paperwork, that's when they told me that I still had to go do a mental health evaluation. So what was the point of giving me an option when I still had to do both? So pretty much that was an issue in itself. I went to I don't know, y'all. I even when the judge asked me, I be stuttering, y'all, because I don't know. It's a hospital that's across the street from the Target in Hampton Place, um, like some health center or whatever. Went in there for a mental health evaluation. I sat down, talked to the lady, told her what was going on, told her the situation surrounding my kids, what happened, yada, yada, yada. She said, "Do you have a plan when you get out of here?" I told her what it was, and I said, "I'm going home to get my kids." She said, "Okay." She said, "Do you want me to call anybody?" I was being funny, and I said, "I want you to call Miss Hayward to let her know that there was nothing wrong with me and I'm leaving." Mentally, that because she was the person trying to make it seem like I had a mental illness or issue. I had already been served with paperwork saying that I wasn't able to contact Mr. White, so I couldn't have had her to contact him. I was just focused on getting home and getting to my kids. So that's what the lady did. I left. I got on the bus. The officer took both of those phones too. They took my phones. I don't know if they gave them to Mr. Wyatt or who they gave them to, but took both of my phones where I had been recording other things. So that's another thing legally, because y'all confiscated something that you weren't supposed to be confiscating and you never gave it back. And yeah, whatever. Um, so yeah, by the time I got home, that's when I had a CPS report in my door. She came in, checked my home. Now, she didn't say it was nothing wrong with my home, and then she said there was some food and not no food in there. She got to understand the previous weekend there was nobody in there but me and a child. And my son, he was one at the time. He drinks formula and it was just me, and I didn't have a vehicle, and if I'm not mistaken, I was arrested on the second, and that's when I got my food stamp benefits. So I didn't have any money, as everybody knew, because I was a stay-at-home mother, and I was working off of $240 that Dallas was giving me, and $140 that Mr. Hester was giving me for me and my 8 children in the whole household. So yeah, it wasn't nothing in here at that present moment, but my children was definitely gonna eat. And can't nobody say my kids went a day without a meal. And that's just point blank period. So that I don't know if that was even spoke on. I'm pretty sure it was not, because that would have been a complete lie. So what I'm saying was that the courts are trying to figure out what was the issue, because yeah, I said that I was arrested because I was acting out of character disorderly. So that means either one, A, y'all was trying to make it seem like I had a mental illness, or two, B, what however you want to put it, that I was a drug addict. The reason why I was acting frantic. Not actually mentioning C, or the third one, which is actually the truth. Meaning, there was a lot of things going on surrounding me and my kids in a home, in a situation, and nobody was actually doing anything to protect me and my kids. So I was doing what I felt like I was supposed to be doing, as well as calling law enforcement to back up the situation, thinking that they were going to do what they were supposed to be doing. Legally, I know my law. Like, I study a lot of stuff just for the heck of it, just so I can know what to do in a lot of different situations. I mean, it saved my doggone life. And it's gonna help me get my kids back. And that's something that I'm not finna give up on. Now, like I said, I already knew how this situation was gonna go for us, the holidays and stuff like that, but my kids don't even know the half of it. For their father to sit there and tell them that they're gonna see their mother, and I feel like he put it on me to where I have to tell them they can't come and see me for the holidays, not knowing that he ain't. Our son is 13 years old. He can sit down and have a conversation with our son. If he really felt like it was something going on with me, or if it was really the truth, why couldn't he actually sit down and have a real conversation with his son and say, this is what's going on, and I don't feel like you're safe? Ain't that what y'all told the judge? My home is not safe. Well, why is my home not safe? Is it due to the fact that y'all kept trying to shut me up about everything that was going on for us, stuff that I wasn't supposed? Now look, I'm doing good, because when I came on here, or before I came on here, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, y'all. Of course, I'm gonna give y'all my doggone music messages that I ain't even gonna post it. I'm just gonna let you go listen to it for yourself. Finesse two of them, yeah, 2 times. I'm just saying, back in, for some odd reason, I kept on hearing, I don't want your weed, I don't want your liquor, I don't want your weed, just give me my back end, so I'm going back in all morning. I'm talking about, I've been up since 1 o'clock in the morning. My dude can tell you I was up crying because of my kids. I was crying about my kids at 1 o'clock in the morning. I got up out my sleep crying about my doggone kids. And I said all this started because of me being spiritually inclined and reading the hell out of y'all, telling y'all about all the stuff that y'all been doing. And y'all try to make it seem like I was crazy. So now that everybody knows that I'm not crazy, because I done gave y'all plenty of doggone proof that I'm not. And let's be honest, a lot of stuff that I done said in them tarot card readings that I have done personally myself, and there are others that I have promoted, my spiritual family that I love to death. Them situations happened, ain't they? Some of them, most of them. hmm A lot of situations is coming to the forefront. So a lot of other people are starting to believe now. Yeah, I wanted to control the masses with the lies. You couldn't fool me, because I'm not part of the masses. That's the reason why I'm always by myself. Yeah. Um, and I don't follow the crowd, because I'm always trying to figure out, why is one person, it's like a circus act. Why do you want me to focus on this? What's going on over here is my whole thing. Like, if everybody's focused on what's going on in this one environment, everybody missing what's going on, in the world around you, type stuff. Like, I don't know how to put it, y'all. It's like, I want to see the whole thing play out. I don't want to just see the one vision that you give me. It's like a 3D, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but that's me. So the whole time y'all was trying to get everybody to focus in on me, every time y'all was, you was distracting me a lot, because I'm just like, look, man, I really don't want to be bothered with y'all. I really don't want to be focused on y'all. Everybody that I talked about in them doggone readings, I didn't want to have to come for y'all. I really did not. I ain't want to have to tell a lot. Now, it's a lot of most stuff that I said, a lot of most stuff. My country tale. It's a lot more stuff that I could tell. I'm gonna go ahead and be real country with you. It's a lot more. Yeah. And that's what I mean by that. I don't want your liquor. I don't want your weed. Just give me my back ends or I'm going back in because it's a lot more stuff that I could tell when I go back in on the situation because now these people know that I don't have a mental illness. I don't have an addiction. Hell, I can go without weed, alcohol, men, whatever the case. You said pills, baby. I don't even care nothing about them. If it wasn't for y'all, matter of fact, Mr. Wyatt, if it wasn't for you introducing me to the pills, I wouldn't know nothing about them. Mr. Freeman, if it wasn't for you constantly bringing them in this building or in my home, I wouldn't have had them or had access to them because I was always at home and you always had my car and you was always gone doing other stuff you ain't had no business doing. So I'm just saying, stop trying to play stupid or stop trying to play me like I'm stupid now. And it's not gonna work for y'all this time. It's not. It's too much doggone proof that it was a lot of stuff that y'all was covering up about your own behavior. That's all I'm saying about the choices that y'all had. Because it's not a lot of time where I could just sit down and tell people the whole storyline. Because with every last one of y'all, it felt like it was a lifetime that I was with you. So it's a lot of stuff that y'all did in the time that I was with y'all. That if somebody sat down and listened to, they would understand that you know maybe I had reasons for acting the way I did towards y'all. And maybe y'all knew that. And you also knew, mm, and you also knew that everybody else didn't know what I knew. And that's what y'all was banking on. So as I sat down and I pondered on it, because y'all know I like keeping secrets. You know, y'all men ain't never heard nothing about the other man until they done pissed me off and you was around. It ain't like I just call people and be like, this person did, yeah. I keep a lot of stuff private. But I'm sitting here like, ain't no way in the hell these men that I done helped from the ground doggone up. And I'm talking about every last one of y'all because then every last one of y'all asked for my help. I came to y'all thinking that I needed some doggone help and turned around and started helping y'all. I came down, I'm talking about at my lowest. Dallas, you remember the whole situation with the man putting the gun in to my forehead? Yeah, one of them Burke people. Um, because I asked this man to get out the doorway, y'all. So that's the reason why I don't fear nothing. I don't know if I've already told y'all this story or not, but that's the reason why I don't fear nothing. I told my dude that and he was something looking at me like, damn, like I was something like, yeah, shit like that. And I was 18 years old then. I was 18. I wasn't grown. Like I was something like, man, if you don't pull it out, you shoot it. Ain't that what I told you? I don't know where you at here. Ain't no telling now. You're probably dead or in jail, most likely. That's what happens when you come for me. I'm just saying, cause I told you, like, bro, I wasn't even being rude about it. I was just waiting on my ride, and you was in the doorway. I was just trying to get to where I was getting to. And my big issue with that was this man was not paying no doggone bills. You just here shaking up in somebody else's doggone house. And I had an issue with the doggone person that allowed him to shake up in the home because I was the one that was watching her kids all the time. No matter what she was doing, no matter if she was actually going to work or just partying, I was the one watching her kids. Miss McCroby, um, I love my nieces and nephews, but I mean, ain't this the story? Now, I ain't gonna I am gonna talk about the story where you let your doggone baby father come over there and we was all drinking, and that's the reason why I left my mama house. Because your baby daddy was the person that was molesting me, and I told you about it, and you still let that man come in the doggone home with me, and I sat there and tried to act all cool about it. That was another thing in finesse Tucson, finesse back in. I ain't cool. I just act happy. Baby, I wasn't cool with none of this. I was just acting the whole doggone time. I'm sitting here like, man, what the man, didn't I tell this? Man, I know she, and that's all I can say because there's no loyalty out here. I know that, but that was messed up too. And then when I told you that he even tried to come in the room and try to touch me or whatever, you said, "What you say? I ain't got nothing to do with that." Yeah, that's what you said. They showing up what you said. Anywho, we gonna go back to the fact of you allowing this man to have a gun and you were staying in public housing at the time in your home, and yeah, he put a gun straight to my. Now, what if he would have just blew out my doggone brains in that living room? That's all I'm saying. Like, cause that was your home where you and your kids were staying there. That's why I be trying to tell y'all women, y'all be trying to. That's drug dealers, men that's a part of that life. Y'all can't date me. Y'all wonder why y'all always want to call me out my name and be rude and stuff to me just because I don't look at y'all. I got kids, bro. I got kids. I ain't got time for that, man. I had to deal with my brother. My brother was the first person that put a gun in my head. Mr. Johnson, how old was I then? Like 16, 17 years old? Yeah, so weapons don't really scare me too much. It is what it is. Yeah, I done seen a lot of people have guns, tote guns. They know how to clean them. They know how to load them. They know how to they know how to do everything, but they don't shoot them. So yeah, whatever. I don't necessarily tote a gun, but I know how to shoot one. Yeah, ain't that right, Mr. Freeman? With no problems. Yeah, I'm a G at this, but whatever. You have to always know your skill when the time comes for you may need it, right? Shoot, it's a lot of stuff that I know, and it's a lot of stuff that I'm skilled at that y'all don't know nothing about because y'all don't know me. That's see, I put on the act with y'all too. Like all I do is smoke weed, drink, take care of my kids, and be in the house. Whole time, how many of y'all me in the city seen me, even in the home with y'all, walk around with headphones on all the time with my phone in my hand? I don't know what in the world y'all be thinking I'm doing, but you know how many YouTube videos you can listen to? And I'm a very listening person. Like all I gotta do is hear something. I can visually see what I'm hearing. I don't care if they trying to tell me how to build a doggone house. I can visually see it, even through hearing what they're telling me to do, I can visually see how I'm supposed to be doing it or putting it together. Like I'm just one of them type of people. So I don't know if just because y'all be on gossiping sites and want to listen to everybody else's business and stuff like that, if that's what y'all think that I do, but I don't. My dude was telling me earlier, or we was looking at a movie, and he was just like, man, you don't know what this is called? I was just like, no. I was like, for real, you don't believe me? I don't watch TV. Like even when my kids was growing up, I didn't even have cable. We had cable on and off, but for the most part, I had regular, what is it? What antenna TV. Yeah, and I still never watch the news. I don't watch the news, y'all. I don't know what be going on the news, so I don't listen to none of that stuff. I don't even listen to the radio when I be in the car. It's like pretty much the same music. I have my own life. I'm not invested in what y'all have going on. Is pretty much what I'm saying. I'm not in y'all world. I have my own world, and I like to stay there. Um, but when the time comes, when unfair situations occur, and I feel like I have to either jump in y'all world, expose some things in y'all world, or expose some things about you, I will, in order to get the message through, to leave me alone and do right by my kids. I ain't got to worry about this money situation because the Fed's going to do right by that, baby. Honey, they finna seize a whole bunch of people's stuff. Because I told them, matter of fact, I called, and I was just like, baby, because this ain't me. I don't know what you talking about. I said, but this ain't me. I said, go check the, matter of fact, go check H&R Block, because that's exactly where I filed my taxes at. I said, they can tell you every place I done worked at. Baby, they can show you how much money I bring in, whatever the case may be. I said, no, boo, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. And when it came to the doggone stimulus money, see, Miss Miss Williams, or whatever your doggone last name is, because you've been married, I guess, if that's what you call it. But yeah, when it came to that doggone stimulus money, when did you lie to them people and try to make it seem like I actually had got it or something like that? No, ma'am, because they seen that the rest of my stimulus money actually came on the card that for me and my kids, and then they seen who filed my doggone children. They seen where you was living at the time. They trying to figure out like what your connection to the child is, because they actually pull school records and stuff like that. You got to tell what school your child go to school. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You got to tell um about school records and all the rest of that. Like they got to know that stuff when they filing taxes, because that's just what the hell they do. My child go to school right down the street from my house, so they trying to figure out like what did you do far as taking care of the child, because you have to take care of a child 6+ months in order for you to claim the child on taxes. Not for real, because you better believe that I'm claiming 3 of mine. Honey, I got 8 doggone kids. That was the reason why these men really wanted them. But here, one of them old back child support, another one really don't even work that much, and one, honey, he gonna be drowning in child support himself. So I ain't even too much worried about that at all. I'm not worried about nobody else's money. That's the reason why I go to work every day and make my own. I'm just saying. And when you already got it, you don't really stress about it. For real. Um, I can't really say I was stressing, but y'all was pissing me off that I even had to go through all of this when everybody knew they was lying. Y'all was playing with innocent children's lives and stuff like that. Like y'all was doing the doggone most. You really were. And then sitting here trying to lie to these doggone people around me like I was a witch, like I do something. I'm like, no, bro, tell these people the truth about it. I don't do nothing. I'm a chill ass individual. I've been doing my best without cussing. But I'm a cool, calm ass, collected mother sucker. And baby, I'm just really not one to play with. And y'all know that. Like, y'all just want folks to hate me. That's what it was. Y'all wanted folks to hate me. The dudes that have dated me or I've been with, they didn't want the other man to try to be with me. And that is backfiring on y'all tremendously. Sidebar note, um, y'all, I got somewhat of a dude. When I say somewhat, I mean somewhat because everything with me is always up in the air, just like the air. I'm everywhere. How you say it's up with me? I'm just saying because at any given moment it could be up with me. Cause baby, I don't be caring. Like ain't nobody finna. I don't have time to be trying to match nobody else's energy no more. I'm not doing it. I'm walking in my own. And if you can't match mine, then I don't want to. I don't want to be bothered with you. Folks be having attitudes for no reason. People be having hard days at work and just folks be stressing and they want you to stress because they be stressing and ain't nobody else gonna get me to be stressing about their mess because ain't nobody stressing about mine. And that's all I'm saying, okay? All right. Baby, y'all need to learn that for 2023 because folks love to try to put their problems and their burdens on you. You better drop back off to where you got it from. Pass it on back to them like a hot potato. Fool. I'm just saying. Anywho, um, but yeah, that's backfired. Oh, that's another thing. Cause I was out work yesterday. So I was, just lollygagging in the hood. Not for real. I went to the stove, got me a grape drink. Yes. And what else? Went check my mailbox. You know, Mr. Freeman, I always give your mail and put it right back in there. I don't understand why your mail is still coming to my home. I've been saying that. Matter of fact, I said that was the last thing that I said to you for real. Can you change your address? That was it. It wasn't even no arguments after I found that you had been lying and cheating on me this whole doggone time. All I said peacefully was change your doggone address and you over here causing all this commotion and problems for nothing. Boy, stop it, I say. But I do need you to change your address though, because you don't live here. Okay? That's all I'm saying. So that was pretty much that was all in my mailbox. But anywho, I came across the homie and apparently one of y'all, I ain't gonna say who, but we had a long conversation. One of y'all encouraged this man to be I spying me and trying to get me to have relations with him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He told me about it. And he said, I knew you wasn't gonna go for it anyway, because you ain't that type of person. My head, I'm still trying to figure out, did you lie? Because y'all niggas be lying. Women lie, men lie, women lie, men lie. But boy, does it add up? Did you lie? I want to know. I really want to ask the person that asked him to do the stuff, but we don't communicate at all. And I wish I would talk to you. Like, no, we ain't doing that. I was something like what was it like? What was you gonna get out of it just to see if I was gonna like? What if I just wanted to have relations with you and wanted to leave you alone or something? Like, what does that matter? What does that mean? Because people do that all the time. Like, so pretty much that was you trying to catfish somebody because somebody put you up to a job to do this. And I'm talking about folks right around the corner from me too. And I'm just like, look at this here. I knew eventually the truth was gonna start coming out. Folks gonna start feeling bad, and that's the reason why I said back in. I don't want your liquor. I don't want your weed. I just want my kids, or I'm going back in. That's what I was talking about off the back end, because y'all was trying to make money off my children off the back end with them pictures and stuff like that. That's what the street grace people um are putting together as well, because it was a reason, for all that to even go down anyway. Now tried to put it on me. Like I was actually even do some stuff like that, knowing that it wasn't me, honey. I done called everybody and they doggone mama, even the news doggone station. I done called everybody and told them about this situation. So ain't no way in the world it could be me. I'm saying somebody gonna find out who it was when it came to my child, because my child said that this person that asked them for the doggone pictures asked other children as well, and other kids was doing it. So that means that it's a crisis out here. I'm talking about for real. Y'all need to get on it. So I ain't worried about that either. I'm just saying. Um, but yeah, I was something like now folks want to start trying to offer me stuff. Now folks want to start trying to bright. Man, I wish I could see my face right now. Like, you know, get the yeah on with that. Now hell now, do I look like I could be bribed? No, because you should have told the truth to begin with. Y'all should have left me alone to begin with. You should have never used my social security number to do anything unlawfully. You should have never committed no doggone white collar crimes, black color crimes, orange color crimes, purple. I don't give a doggone what color. You shouldn't have been doing it. I don't care. I don't. I do not. Because y'all had took me through a whole bunch of mess that I or me nor my children, my home, our environment, our lives deserve to go through at all. And I mean that. I'm talking about for real. When I say I know people, like I done said this before, I know people down the street that actually be sitting there smoking pills out of aluminum foil and they still get they got their kids every damn day. Ain't no, and people know about it. And ain't nobody saying nothing. But y'all gonna sit here and make it seem like I was doing something to harm my kids. And then the justice system end up giving my children to people that had fake order protection. The reason why I said fake is because what you said in the order protection was a doggone lie, and you know it, Mr. Wyatt. Yours is the only one because I was not there to actually go back and forth. I wasn't there to attest to it, and you know that. And I had my proof that I was actually on the doggone bus. The bus did not come, and I was 30 minutes late. Blah. After that, he had already made his ruling, but it didn't matter because there was no order protection against me and my doggone children, and it didn't matter about you. Meaning, I was supposed to still have custody of my kids when all this was going down. Because if there was no order of protection against me and my children, when I went and got my children from the Bethlehem Center, I was supposed to be able to keep my kids, right? Right. I thought so. But that's when the sheriff came and he said he called Miss McKillia Knox and she said that there was still an open CPS report and he told her the information he got about there not being an order of protection against me and my children. And she said something about a drug screen. That's when she told him that she was going to come and do the drug screen. And he told me within 2 hours. I said, okay. After she did the drug screen, everything was supposed to be over with. But she said to me, well, you were supposed to sign the paper to do a mental health evaluation. That's pushing something on somebody because when I left jail, the officer took me straight there to do a mental health evaluation. And if anybody's supposed to have a reason to flip out if they had a mental illness, that's losing might as well say custody of your children overnight without a blink of a doggone eye, not knowing where your kids at, not even knowing, ain't being able to talk to your kids. You in jail, ain't never doggone been. If I actually had a mental illness, trust and believe, I would have been flipping out in there by the time I got there because I was supposed to be going home, but then they tell me I have to go somewhere else. I'm just saying, like, come on now, make it make sense. Then I call and do the online thing, and this woman asked me over the phone, have I ever thought about being dead or something like that? When I heard that, y'all, I wanted to hang up the phone because I'm just like, are y'all hearing what y'all are saying? If we are supposed to have mental illnesses or issues, and this is the number that we calling, and you talking about some stuff like this, if they wasn't thinking about it, they probably thinking about it now. I don't believe in that mess. Like, no, because what somebody says to you can actually feed how you feel at the moment. And I told her, I said, no. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry to say, but have you seen me? I said, you can't see me through the phone. I said, but have you seen me? I said, I'm 32 years old and I have 8 doggone children and I'm beautiful and I do this by myself. I said, I don't have no parents, no family, no nothing. My mama passed away before my first child was even born. My daddy passed away when I was pregnant with my second. I ain't never had no doggone help and I ain't never really needed none. Do you think that I would think about being dead, honey? There's too much life in me. And that's exactly what I told her. Is that a person that you think needs to constantly keep on being questioned about going and have a mental illness? The mental illness comes in about the fact that I got to keep on going day to day without my children and not seeing my kids when y'all know what stuff that's actually going on surrounding my doggone kids. That's not right. When they can be in their peaceful home where they're used to being together. Why my 3-year-old daughter sitting down the street in a room by herself around no other children, just a grown man that's on medication where he sleep all the time, and another old man that's there, which is his grandfather. And her daddy don't do nothing but play video games and listen to loud music. She wants to be around her siblings. My son is in a household with another child that he don't know, and then a new baby. These people don't have time to actually keep up or be attentive to him at all. Then my other 6 children, they just feel like, and then my daughter probably feel like it's all her doggone fault because of these doggone pictures and videos. That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't understand what's mentally going on with my kids because they feel like what's going on or what happened in our home is the reason why we're split up. They don't know that it's something that somebody trying to put on me. My daughter feel like it's her fault. And I keep on trying to make it seem like, baby, no, it's not your fault. And I'm still fighting for you. Don't worry about us. I'm still fighting for you. Could y'all imagine? And you sit here and talk about mental illnesses, and this is what's going on with me and my children in our home. And they want to sit here and talk about these doggone videos like I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to take it down. I'm not. Why would I? I gave my children my word, and my word is my bond. And I mean it. I'm not ever shutting up about my kids or what was done to us, because we will never do it to nobody else. So with that being said, take heed to the message, because I'm not playing no games. Very clear-headed, very level-headed, and very much not in my emotions. I don't want nothing. Y'all better give me back what belongs to me, or I'm going back in. And I put that on my mom and my grandmama them. I'm just saying. With that being said, I holler.